So I was pretty concerned that my cars were gonna be dirty this whole time. So I was pretty concerned that my cars were gonna be dirty this whole time when I had it in the garage as I'm working on it. Adding on the upgraded parts while the car is down. I always like put cleaning it before actually installing the parts that I just purchased. It's a weird way to be evasive and like not do the actual task at hand. So I just wanted to show you that it's storming. So now I don't have to worry about actually cleaning or washing the car. I don't have a garage. Well, I don't have water hookup, like, because I live in an apartment. And, right behind me, I have, like, the chemical guy's waterless car wash. And that's the way that I keep my car clean. But I've been using the elements to, like, as a benefit towards myself. And since it's storming today, the car's gonna be clean. I can just pull it right into the garage and start working. So lucky me. So I'm still stuck in the garage because it's still pouring outside, but check this out, bro. The light just turned on as I came in here. So like, if that would have turned on about 20-30 seconds before and I didn't have to go inside and figure out how to get a light, probably would have missed this rain. Yeah, let me show you what we got going on, bro. Pretty bad. I'm gonna make a run for it. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go get the R, because that has the rug, the carpet, and all that stuff, right? And then I'll back that out and I'll go get the GTI, and then we'll be done. I think that's all we're gonna be able to do for today. Okay. Let's put phone here. I know the lighting is gonna be weird because I keep turning this on and off, but whatever. This part I'm not really worried about or concerned. I'm only just talking here so I can get comfortable and familiar with this part of filming for car stuff. Already have the idea of what I'm gonna do for the intro, and it's not this. Guess we can put this like right here. Yeah, boy. Good. made it. Yeah, it's soaked out there, but you know, the car's in. So that's a plus. Okay, so now we're gonna take the rugs out of the trunk of the Golf R and we're gonna set it up in here. Yeah, actually, I think we're just gonna take the stuff out of the car, then we'll back it up, and then we'll pull in the GTI because the GTI has to stay in here, not the Golf R. Okay, I guess we're gonna wipe some of this off right here. There we go. Cool, so we've got a fan and we have 2 rugs. The rugs and runners are just something for me to like lay on as a cushion so that I'm not on the hard concrete. Just a little makeshift thing. These were like $6 at Aldi. They were on sale. So I would think when I'm underneath the car and I have it jacked up and I'm working on the subframe while I'm laying on my back, I can lay on one of these right here. So it adds a little bit of comfort. We also got a big fan because it's going to be extremely hot in here. And the other garage has a dehumidifier, which I'll bring over. So I'll show you this big ass fan I just got. Same thing at Aldi. It was on sale, but whatever. It's like $39.99. I wanted a silver industrial looking kind of fan that sat on the ground and can tilt. So it can just blow. I would think I either have it positioned there and have it blowing air in, I don't know, or I'll just have it like positioned up here, blowing air out. Or I'll just have it positioned on the side, blowing directly at me so I stay cool. All right. Okay. I guess that's it. Show you the Golf R. Skateboard back here. I definitely have this hooked up the wrong way. If anyone knows how to hook up this cargo net in a Golf R, I'm sure I know I can like search on the internet on how to do it, but hey, you know, drop it down in the comments. Let me know if you know where to put it. Why not? Okay, let's back this car out and we'll pull the GTI in. Take the light off because we don't really need that. Okay, very good. All right, let's go. so we got the GTI in. Hey, I'm very pleased with the setup because the whole purpose of getting this separate garage was for me to get more room so that I can do the repairs and the upgrades on my cars. So as I showed you before, the garage on the other side with the Mark IV Golf project car in there, that garage is full. It is stacked to the brim, I guess, with stuff just like bicycles, tools, old car parts, just miscellaneous things, all the things that you would put into a garage, but this is an apartment complex and these garages are tiny. So now that I have a fully empty one, let me show you how much room I have in here for the GTI, the Mark 7 GTI, so that I can install all of these performance mods. So I have all of this room right here. I have all of this room right here, so I can literally lay down if I need to. When I jack the car up on this side so that we can, well, just the whole front has to get jacked up because we have control arms, Super Pro control arms that we have to install. So we have to drop the subframe a little bit in order to get to that. I'm gonna uninstall the coilovers and then reinstall them the correct way. I'm not really sure if it has been done correctly. I'm hearing like a knock and a clunk on the driver's side when I turn the steering wheel either really far to the right or the left. I can't remember, but it's just not right. It's just not right. I didn't replace all the stretch bolts for the suspension when I installed the coilovers. I just reused the same bolts, and this car has 93,000 miles on it, but it is from Michigan, and it has a lot of, well, not a lot, but the subframe has rust outlines on it. There's no rust or rot on the rocker panels or anything like that. Just the lowest part of the car has some rust on it. So yeah, man, I have more than enough room. Like, there's enough room here on the side so that I can jack the car up. There's more room on this side. Not that much actually, but I'm not straight in the garage. I have, like I mentioned before, I have a CTS front mount intercooler to install, the sandwich style. I'm going to reinstall the coilovers, take them out, put them back in, set them to the lowest setting as possible, and then I'm going to inspect the strut mounts and make sure all of that stuff has been installed correctly, and use new stretch bolts for all of the suspension components, which I already ordered. I have a solid dog bone mount insert that I need to install, so I'll do that when I'm doing the control arms. And I also have new speed front sway bar, so I'm going to install that as well when I'm doing the coilovers. The solid dog bone mount insert, I'll throw in the front sway bar as well. Then we move on to the rear. Oh, okay, and then the supporting parts we mentioned before would be the adjustable sway bar end links that will go in the front. And the rear, we also have a rear sway bar as well, performance sway bar. So with the adjustable end link. So we'll go ahead and install that in the rear, and then that'll be done. Just redo all of the bolts. And then we also have a driver's axle to install. The only issue with that is I believe one of the bolts are stripped, so I have like a impact bolt, strip bolt remover. I'm going to use that to get it off and install the new axle when we are installing the whole front end. And I believe I'm going to do the front end of the car first, just because that is, I guess, the biggest hindrance. It's the one that I think is going to be the most troublesome, just because I have to drop the subframe a little bit to get to this bolt by the control arm. That's kind of difficult to get to if you don't give yourself a little bit of room, because the whole bolt will come out. So that's the only issue that I'm really concerned about, because I have to be on my back. I don't have that much space from the ground to the subframe because it's not on a lift, you know, little things like that. But we'll get through it. Leverage and smarts, we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's get a full look of the GTI since I've talked more than enough. So as you can tell, I have a 2016 Volkswagen GTI. I have a 2016 GTI, a Mark 7 without the lighting package. So I have the regular stock headlights, but I do have fog lights. Let me go ahead and pop the hood to show you what we're working with. This car is stage 2 IE tuned. I have it on low torque because I'm running the stock clutch, and it's slipping in Florida anytime I get on it pretty hard. So we are working with IE cold air intercooler. Well, IE cold air intake. I don't know why I said that. I really like this setup. It obviously separates the heat from the engine bay, and it brings in cool air from outside. I gotta do a full engine cleanup. As you can see, my cone filter kind of looks dirty. You've got our charge pipes here, another charge pipe down there, stock engine mount, stock tranny mount, which we should change down there. You also have a DB plus valve right here, turbo muffler delete. Where the hell is that shit, boy? There's somewhere we got the CTS turbo downpipe. Just your normal bolt-ons just to get you to stage 2 is what this car is about. Well, all right, I think that's about it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let all this dry down. I'm gonna go over and get the dehumidifier from the garage next door so that it'll help dry this up, so that we can come back in here a little bit later tonight and start working on the car. This is the best way to have this car set up. I think what we're gonna do is get the jack and the jack stands if it's dried in here, and then jack it up, bro. At least. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll just set up the garage, and then tomorrow we'll work on it, because we have some work to do today. All right, let's go get the dehumidifier from next door. Wow, it is coming down bad. Okay. All right, we'll be back.